surprise!
Things what my body does.
Hello, I'm Victoria, and this is the thing that my body can do.
Thanks for that, Victoria. If you've got a body that does, then write to us at info@brainiac.co.uk and we'll share it with the world. All in the name of science, of course.
Hi, I'm Ralph Little, and you're watching Brainiac, Science Abuse.
Put your possessions into labelled boxes, take one box at a time and edit at your leisure. And finally, don't forget to clean those surfaces not always seen at eye level. Clean under taps and basins for silverware. Sulphurous foods such as eggs and vegetables cause tarnishing, and silver which has been in contact with them should be washed as soon as possible after eating. Fingerprints can leave deposits which also cause tarnishing, so it's helpful to wear gloves while cleaning. Rub toothpaste into silver with a soft toothbrush soaked in water. Rinse, then polish with a soft cloth. Very often designs on pieces of silver get clogged with dirt. To clean these, take a match and wet the wooden end well. Apply the wet end of the match in circular motion to the hallmarks.
Just going to see how Linda's getting on. We've got a bit of a competition question for her to win a nice prize.
Hello.
Oh, bless you, Kirsty. Have you made this?
Yeah. And I'm going to show you how to make them right now.
That's wonderful. A nice one.
And what you'll need to do some batik, as it's known, is a plain t-shirt or perhaps a pillowcase or even just a piece of material. But if you have got a back to your garment, then put some card in so later on the paint doesn't seep through. Now what I need to do is mix up a sticky paste. So I've got half a glass of flour here. You can see I've filled it up to that line. I'm just going to pop it in this bowl. And you need equal quantities of water then. So I'll fill the glass up to the same line, water, and add this into the flour. If you do it this way around, hopefully you don't get as many lumps. So let's move that out the way. There we go. Now you're aiming for a kind of sticky paste. There we go. That's looking lovely. And now if you've got an empty squeezy bottle, you need to pour this mixture into that. So I've got a funnel, so hopefully I'm not going to make too much mess. Let's get my spoon out of the way. And now carefully, ooh, here we go. Pour this in like that. And the reason I'm doing this is so that when I put the lid back on, it's better. Let's just filter that down. Lovely. It's better for doing my design. I can get in there with the squeezy top. And my design, I've done this template for. Keep it quite simple and use thick card so that you can sit that onto your t-shirt. And now we're ready to squeeze it on. So making sure that your template doesn't move. All you need to do is just start to squeeze in. There we go. Just squidge that on, nice. Ooh, ooh, a big splodge there. The bits that I'm doing with the template now are the bits that will end up staying the same colour as my t-shirt. These are the bits where the paint isn't going to go. What you need to do is cover the whole area and then put that somewhere safe and warm to dry. But before you do, peel the template off, otherwise that'll stick onto your t-shirt. Once it is dried, it looks like this. It's gone wrinkled, but don't panic, that's all part of the effect. And now what I've got are some cold water dyes. You can get these in DIY shops and supermarkets. And warning, once you start using these, they're permanent, so maybe you need a pinny on. Don't get them on your clothes because it'll stay. And all I'm going to do now is start to paint this on. Again, I'm just going to use two colours, keeping my design very, very simple. There we go. And it will tend to bleed a little bit. That's all part of the batik design, really. The origins of this technique aren't really known, but you can see it lots in Africa, India and Asia. And particularly if you ever go to Java, where it's said the royal women used to sit and do this technique. There's the blue finished. Let's get started with some red now. I'm going to do a lovely red edge along there. Nice. I'm actually going to pick this red up so that I don't end up, as I drag the paintbrush across, splashing bits onto my shirt. we go. That nice bleeding effect where the colours merge. Once you've finished painting your design, you need to leave it to dry for about a day. The dye needs to dry properly. Let's get that out of the way. There we go. And once it is dry, it's the fun bit, because you have to peel off your icky, sticky bits here. So let's just give that a little pull. And this is where you can see, there we go, the batik effect there. I'm going to crunch this one up. You need to really wrench it off in places. And once you've peeled all your bits off and popped it through the wash, you can wear your finished product, like I'm doing here.
Hey, Kirst, your T-shirts look great.
Thanks.
Yours is nice too, but I'll tell you what, they look better on me.
That's quite a look you're rocking there, man.
Yeah? Check this out.
You've been inked.
Well, no, it's not a real tattoo, mate. I'm not stupid.
No, fooled me.
Well, I can show you how it's done. All you need is a ton of this tattoo paper and a computer. Let's go and have a look. Key. Let's have a look. Right. Now, what we're going to do is design a tattoo that's going to look a little bit like this kind of thing.
Okay.
What do you think?
That's great.
Yeah. Now, it's really, really, really simple to do. What I'm going to do is start here with a design. Just do whatever you like. Something quite abstract works really well, just like on the other one that I showed you. I'm just going to do something like this here. Any kind of shape you like. Now, I've got a shape that looks a bit like that, and I'm going to colour it in, and you'll end up with something that looks like that.
Okay.
Okay? Now, what you do with this is either put it through a photocopy or a printer or whatever you want to do to get another version of that, because you then take your new version of it, cut it out, so you end up with a repeated pattern, a bit like this.
So they're exactly the same?
Yeah. So you now get this, stick it onto the page, scan it back through, or put it back through the photocopier, and you've got something that looks like that, which is a complete repeated pattern, but it's far too big, isn't it? So there's not a lot we can do with that until we put it back through the scanner or the photocopier again and shrink it.
Wow, that's tiny. So that looks really detailed, even though the bigger one didn't look that detailed.
Exactly, it's starting to look like a real tattoo now. And this is my favourite part. You get some tattoo paper, which you can buy in a stationery shop, which works in any photocopier or printer. We then put it back through, print it onto the tattoo paper. We end up with something a bit like this.
Excellent.
Which we then cut out, peel off, and you've got your very own tattoo.
You can just stick that on.
Just like this. And there.
That looks great.
Yeah. Why don't you try it yourself?
Yeah, I've already got one.
Have you?
Yeah.
Can I have it?
Yeah, not here, no.
Okay.
Come over.
All right.
Come up with a great idea to make fantastic personalised presents, if you can bear to give them away. Take a look at these funky decorated ceramic tiles. Don't they look brilliant? Plain white tiles decorated with patterns or pictures. It's up to you. And you don't have to stop at tiles, you can even get decorating on the outside of mugs and bowls. And we've given this a fingertips difficulty rating of 1, so get creative. To make some funky creative crockery, first of all you need to get your fingertips on some of these glass and tile paints, and also a tube of this stuff, glass and tile outliner, which you can buy in art and craft shops. Now we think these white tiles work best because they show up the colours really clearly, but if you haven't got any lying around at home, you can pick them up cheaply in end-of-line bins in most hardware stores. Now before you start to decorate on your tile, it's a very good idea to draw your designs onto paper first. Pick the design that you like the best, I'm going to go for that bubbly one, and then use your outliner to copy it onto your tile. Now this can be quite tricky drawing with a tube, so you might want to have a go with your outliner onto a piece of scrap card first, but once you've got the hang of it, off you go, like that. Once you have finished your design, leave it to dry for 2 hours and your tile will be ready to paint.
Now you can see that the outliner dries with a sort of raised bumpy line, and because the coloured paint is runnier, this raised line helps to trap the paint and keep all of your colours separate.
How cool does that look? To make the paint permanent and the tiles washable, you can bake your finished tiles. Just follow the instructions on the back of the paint pot. And if you want to use your tile on a desk or a table, it's a very good idea to put some foam or felt on the back, and that'll stop it leaving scratches. So the designs are up to you. If you're a bit of a football fan, what about making a footy one? Or you could just stick to a brightly coloured zigzaggy pattern. Or if you like animals, what about painting on a turtle or a brightly coloured frog? The mugs and bowls look fantastic too, and they make great presents, and they can even go in the dishwasher. Just check the paint instructions to make sure. So why not get painting and make some little fingertips creative crockery? Smashing!